rolls on, as with any perfect machine, until a circuit breaks and the machine ceases to function. Part 1. 1. It's Thursday night, just after 6, and Cass does the things of a mother. She decapitates a head of broccoli and drops it into a pot of boiling water. She opens the lid on a vat of rice and nearly burns her face off. She kneels to check the chicken, sweating in the oven. She hacks an onion with a knife, achieving, in 3 swift blows, a painless execution. She balances a call for work with the needs of her toddler, who is feet away on the floor, demolishing a wooden tower. She mutes the phone and calls upstairs to the older kids to please come down for dinner. She unmutes the phone just in time to utter something useful. The kids tumble down the stairs, enmeshed in their own struggle. The sitter, at 6 on the dot, abandons her post at the tower and makes her evening exit, the speed and precision of which sometimes feels to Cass like a jailbreak. Despite the initial shudder of knowing that she is outnumbered, Cass softens when the sitter leaves, relieved by the privacy and power of being alone with her children. She could do anything with these kids, teach them any new concept, any new religion. She could tell them blue is green, that gender is a construct, that God does not exist, that God is perfect. It's a dizzying amount of power. There is no one to check or balance this power, only the mother and the father. In any other situation, work, government, or religion, this would be a recipe for disaster. For Cass, it is a sacred gift, a vocation and an honor, the chance to start and end her day with her 3 most important people, 3 human beings who share her big, trusting eyes and the rest of her genetic makeup. The hours between 6 and 9 include several obligations: dinner, homework, piano practice, bathing, brushing teeth, bedtime book, just 10 more minutes of Lego, please. Pile in for a snuggle. This time is often chaotic, but this is routine, and routine offers its own meditation. It is regimen and ritual. Cass lives for this time, and it lives by her supervision. She texts her husband before sitting down to dinner. "Home soon? Kids are hungry." She leaves the phone on the counter, deposits the baby in the high chair, and begins her nightly sermon. "All right, people." The kids take their seats. Cass dismembers the chicken. "I want to wait for Ryan," says Pete. "Not tonight. It's getting late." "I'm not eating until he gets here." "Then I guess you're not eating." The standoff between mother and son ends in the usual fashion, with a heartfelt attempt at mutiny, followed by a decisive maternal triumph, along with a tacit relief in the imperviousness of the ruling power dynamic. As the kids begin to eat, Cass breathes more slowly. She is like a mother cat, purring when her children are close, double that when they are eating a healthy dinner. She cuts and mashes chicken for the baby, while Pete covertly transfers his portion to his sister. Cass takes a bite of her own and pretends not to notice. A noxious buzz interrupts the quiet. Cass starts, as though it is not just the sound of her phone, but rather she and her husband are wired for instant communication. She makes a show of disinterest, and then, as the kids consider the meal, she stands and crosses the room to read her husband's message. Stuck at work. She puts the phone down. The news is not uncommon. Ryan's workload as an architect is cyclical, and his schedule can sometimes resemble a bear going in and out of hibernation. But the frequency of late nights over the last few months has been a source of minor frustration. She makes a conscious effort to unfurrow her brow and sits down with the children. Cass looks different from how she expected to look at 40, her body further along in